Hi, I'm Justin, and today I'm going to show you how I built these modern floating shelves. This project starts like any other woodworking project, breaking down lumber. So I have a 4x8 sheet of plywood here that I'm breaking down to more manageable pieces to take to the table saw. So I took it over to the table saw to break it down to the final dimensions. The width of the overall shelf is 43.5 inches long, 8.5 inches off the wall, and 3.5 inches tall. The front and the sides of the shelf are made up of 1x4s cut down to length. Because these are going to be decorative shelves in your house, you want to make sure to look for the pretty side. Not all boards have a pretty side, but they definitely have an ugly side. So pick the least ugly side. As you can see, it could be a tough decision. Once all the pieces are in place, I use wood glue and a nailer to secure everything. The nails hold the wood together while the glue dries, but the glue really brings all the strength. The nice part about this shelf is that you're just basically building a box. It's just missing one of the faces. This gives you a nice little pocket to slide right over the support that you screw into the wall. Gives you that floating look, but still a lot of structural integrity. Once the shelf was complete, I did fill in all the nail holes with wood filler and sanded it all down. After that, it was time for stain. And of course, I used my favorite stain, Jacob Bean. Gives a nice, warm, dark look. While the shelves were drying, it was time to work on the supports. So I cut down some 2x4s down to 1.5 inch squares to give me a little bit more lumber. This also made it so I didn't have to make the shelf so big. The opening of the shelf is only about 1 3/4 inches, which gives me a little bit of wiggle room since the support is only 1.5 inches. I used pocket holes to screw in these little type of beams to the main support that gets screwed into the wall. Shelves are plenty strong enough. We use them mainly for holding picture frames, a couple decorative plants, and a couple of vases, but it could fit quite a bit of weight. We also have our Amazon Alexa up there, and she's pretty heavy. So I forgot to film the install process of these shelves. It was a while back, but I wanted to show you how I made them, and I wanted to show you how simple this actually is once you get the brackets installed. So all that's holding the shelf up is this bracket that I made out of some 2x4s. I cut them down to about 1.5 inches wide to fit the opening of the back of the shelves. and then they have these support pieces that are pocket screwed into this ledge. And then this whole unit just gets drilled into the wall, into the studs of the wall here. So this shelving unit gets drilled in straight into the studs in the wall in this bracket, and then this goes inside the crevice of the shelf. And then once this is on, I use 4 screws in the back just to hold it down, and these are on the top surface so you don't see the screw heads at all. Super easy, really quick, and it gives you an overall great look. They are just sitting there floating, which is really nice. So once the bracket is up, you just take your shelf, and it has a hole to fit right over the bracket. And you just have to slide it in. And then I use 4 1.25" screws in the back just to secure the shelf so it doesn't go anywhere. Super simple. That's how simple they go up. These are a real easy build. If you do want to make them a little bit nicer so you don't see an edge, you can always miter the corners of the pieces and piece them all together so it looks like a seamless piece of wood. You can make it look like a solid beam. I might do that in the future. I think I'm going to build a couple more of these for our kitchen. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll be putting a lot more videos out like this in the future. Until next time, I'll see you.